Arce.
Yo.
Welcome back, Jess Hilarious.
Good morning.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. Guess what day it is? Hump day. Good morning. How y'all feeling out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners. What's happening? Good morning, Jess Hilarious.
Back from vacay. How you feeling?
I got me a little tan. I got a little darker. I was like, oh, God.
3 days pregnant. Don't even know it yet.
Absolutely not. Don't play. I'm not pregnant, yo. I'm not.
So where'd you go?
We went to Cancun, Mexico.
Oh, you went to Mexico?
Yes, absolutely. Yo,
Home.
Listen.
He said home.
Why I didn't, it's not my home.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, why didn't I know that the pineapples, that's like a little symbol for swingers.
Yes.
Had no idea.
Huh?
I swear I did not know
that's,
that.
That's,
What you mean?
That's like the logo. So
It's
like if
like
you
a-
have a pineapple or you wear a pineapple or you have
your
a pineapple.
suit, or
Can't
on
let
your
Jess tell her
hat,
own
or
story.
on your trunk.
I'm just explaining it.
Got ahead, boy.
See, obviously he know about it. I didn't know. So Chris,
Somebody tried me before. That's why I know.
yeah, we was getting tried the whole 4 days we were there, and we went to a beautiful resort. It was nice.
How many days did he wear the pineapple shorts?
He wore them for 1 day, but they knew, like they seen
they
that.
memorized it?
Yes,
So
yes.
if you wear
a bunch of
pineapple
older white
shorts
couples.
just in Mexico?
I don't know. No, I think it's adult only. All the adult only inclusive resorts.
Oh, see, I was at an adults only inclusive resort.
Yeah.
And if you wear pineapples, people think you a swinger.
It's a sign of swinging.
Like you were into swinging. You're into
Never knew that.
doing the do with the older white couples.
Now you about to have me Google.
And they was, people do it. It's like a sport. It's
Yes.
like a whole thing. People
Yeah,
pay for it. They scout you out at the pool, on the beach,
And they love
wherever.
black couples.
And they love black couples. Yes.
They said
And Chris
upside
told him
down
I was a
pineapple.
little Mexican. He said, Chris told him like, oh yeah, I'm Mexican and black. They just was like, oh yeah, this is a great special right
Hybrid.
here. A hybrid. Yeah.
The best of both worlds.
I said, look, I ain't into all that.
Happened to me too. Something very similar: pineapple shorts, bathing suit. Because I guess they sell them a lot.
Yes.
And
Purposely.
that happened, and I didn't understand why.
Right.
And then when I got back home, somebody explained to me, and I said, "Wow,
Whole
Why was
time.
it just male couples for you though? But
Oh
it
my
was-
God. Oh
why?
my God. Oh my God.
Was there a reason for that?
I'm sexy to everybody. I don't.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, salute to all the pineapple swingers out there.
Yeah.
Who knew?
We got to get Charlamagne some pineapple shorts. I'm glad you had a good time.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. Now, we got some special guests joining us this morning.
We do, man. It feels like Atlanta's heavy here this morning.
From Real Housewives of Atlanta, we have Porsha Williams. She'll be joining us.
Yes.
This
Girl.
is the 16th season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, I'm going to send you the first episode. You need to watch it. Real
Okay,
good.
it's crazy.
Really good. Really
All
good.
right,
Really
I'm
good.
gonna
Really
watch
good. And then also Dr. Jamal Bryant. He's from your side of town, right?
Pastor
From
Jamal
Baltimore.
Bryant.
Pastor Jamal
He's
Bryant.
from Baltimore, Maryland.
That's
Absolutely.
right. He's doing the 40-day Lent fast of Target.
But he in Atlanta right now too, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why do I
Yeah.
connect Pastor Jamal with Atlanta? Because it's church?
His congregation's in Atlanta,
sure,
but he's from
yeah.
Baltimore, though.
Yeah.
But he they've been living down there for a while.
You don't say church pew, though.
No.
No.
No, he don't. That's everybody don't talk with the you. You know what I'm saying? That's just like 2 or 3 maybe generations. Everybody don't you.
All right, well, let's get the show cracking. Did y'all watch Trump last night?
I did. It
did.
was long.
We wasn't supposed to. I thought we were supposed to be boycotting. Or,
Who said that?
But you know what's crazy? After he left, after he was done, he left. He ain't even wait for the Democrats to respond. Like, it was crazy.
just got out of Dodge. He
So
had
that's
things to
when
do.
everybody, and then it was late. It was too late. It was like 11 o'clock.
He was talking for a long
It was
time.
the longest State of the
Yeah.
Union ever.
So I was like,
He was
man.
talking
Longest
for a
State
long
of the
time.
Union ever. It was
Yeah.
99 minutes, I think they said.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll break that down when we come back with Morgan, so don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Start off with some quick sports. Congratulations to LeBron. He becomes the first NBA player to score 50,000 combined points. That's regular season and playoffs, so congratulations to him.
Go salute LeBron, man. Third best NBA player of all time. Drop on the clue bomb for him.
Yeah, that'll be a big argument. Also,
Great
Kyrie
debate for
Irving.
years.
Kyrie Irving has torn his ACL. He's going to be out for the remainder of the season. And congratulations to Saquon Barkley. He signed a 2-year, $41.2 million contract extension with the Eagles.
That's a big deal for Kyrie Irving, by the way. I mean, that, some people say that could be a career-ending injury.
Yeah.
I say he's 32 years old. I think he could he could bounce back, but it's going to be a long time. And the Mavericks only had a 2-3 year window.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah. Because Anthony Davis is injured. He's injured, and I don't know how Klay Thompson's been playing recently, so we'll see. But good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, and Jess Hilarious. Y'all doing all right?
Yes.
Well, y'all tired because y'all stayed up watching that.
I did. It felt like a Western Conference basketball game. It was very late.
I watched it, and then coming off of a plane from vacation, yes, tired.
You're like, I need another vacation.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let me disclaim by saying that there's no way I'm going to get to it all, okay? But I'm going to try my best, y'all, all right? So President Trump touted his leadership and plans for the U.S. in the longest address ever to a joint session of Congress. Trump said since he was sworn in 6 weeks ago, there has been nothing but swift and unrelenting action. He went on to say his administration has accomplished more in 43 days than others have accomplished in 4 years or 8 years. During his joint address to Congress, he spoke about DEI, immigration, the economy, border security, the budget, tariffs, DOGE, the Ukraine-Russian war, energy, and he also slammed the Biden administration, saying he inherited an economic catastrophe and an inflation nightmare. Let's take a listen to President Trump's comments on the economy.
Their policies drove up energy prices, pushed up grocery costs, and drove the necessities of life out of reach for millions and millions of Americans. They've never had anything like it. As president, I'm fighting every day to reverse this damage and make America affordable again.
What do you guys think?
About what? Just overall the whole speech? Or just...
Economy, you know, I mean, it's too early to tell. I mean, there's a lot of, he's done a lot of things. Well, I'll just say this. During his speech, he did speak about the budget, saying that the gold card will help with the federal budget and overall economy. He said the gold card will be sold for $5 million. Remember, this is the one that is allowing pathway to citizenship and will allow most successful job creating people from all over the world to get a path to U.S. citizenship. Trump said the gold card recipients will pay a lot of money, and that will help reduce the national debt. He also defended his use of tariffs that went into effect yesterday against Mexico, Canada, and China, saying there will be more tariffs on April 2nd. Let's take a listen to Trump's comments on tariffs.
Tariffs are not just about protecting American jobs. They're about protecting the soul of our country. Tariffs are about making America rich again and making America great again, and it's happening, and it will happen rather quickly. There'll be a little disturbance, but we're okay with that.
Who said
Lord
that?
have mercy.
Who said, okay, a little disturbance, but as a result, Trump says that he does love American farmers and the tariffs will help them, adding he'll place reciprocal tariffs on agricultural products coming into America starting on April 2nd. Trump also talked about the Ukraine-Russian war. He said he's working tirelessly, speaking to both sides in negotiations to end that conflict. He mentioned that he received a letter from Ukrainian President Zelensky saying that Zelensky is actually willing to negotiate as soon as possible. So let's take a listen to those comments.
It's time to stop this madness. It's time to halt the killing. It's time to end this senseless war. If you want to end wars, you have to talk to both sides. Earlier today, I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible.
Yep. So, of course, this comes as Trump, he's critical of or criticizes the fact that the U.S. has sent billions of dollars in support to Ukraine's defense. But I'm going to wrap that up for 6 a.m. At 7 a.m., we can continue and talk a little bit about DEI and some of the drama that happened on the House floor.
No, only thing I kept thinking last night was I really don't know what Democrats do. Like, I mean, they clearly lost a long time ago back in November, but just as a party, it's like Republicans and Democrats aren't even playing the same game. They're not in the same league. Like, they aren't speaking the same language. And I don't know what Democrats can do to cut through. I mean, my other thought was a lot of them honestly shouldn't have shown up if they weren't going to be more disruptive. Like, salute to Congressman Al Green. OG got some nuts. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, the rest of them out there holding up signs like they had a silent auction. So I just don't know. I don't know what they do, because Trump can stand up there and, you know, say whatever he wants, tell a lot of lies, but nobody cares, because if you're a Democrat, you think Republicans are always lying. If you're a Republican, you think Democrats are always lying. So nobody is listening objectively. But at this point, Americans are just going to have to let things play out But when the inevitable fumble from Republicans come, I just don't know if Democrats have the team to recover. So the team that will always win will be the team that has a game plan, regardless of how terrible that team's policies may be for the American people.
I guess, was it effective? Like, everything that was done, was it effective?
What, Trump last night?
No, not Trump. The Democrats and everything that they did. The silent, well, not the silent auction, but holding up the signs and
Exactly.
all that. I wonder if it was effective, you know?
No.
All right. Well, we'll talk more next hour. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Basketball
It's
club.
the basketball club.
Breakfast Club.
It's a new day.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Wake up.
Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on the Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. What's your name, brother?
This is Jason from the DMV. Good morning, DJ Envy, Charlamagne, and I think Lauren's in today.
Jess Hilarious is here.
What's up?
Oh, Jess Hilarious?
Yep.
Welcome back, Justin. Hope your vacation went well.
Thank you, love. It did. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about last night. Porsha was entertaining. I went to sleep after about an hour and 40 minutes. But I think you made some strong points. But the main thing is the nation is still in divide. So I think, like Charlamagne said with the federal situation, he made some good points. Like, was it fact check that some Social Security numbers are over 240 and things like that?
That's not true.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just not that.
But yeah, that was hilarious. But and then the Democrats sitting down, which was expected. It's just a divide that I don't like. But Trump's showing like that strong side of him. I think is what people expect. But it's just like you said, where you go about it. But it was entertaining. The comedy show was good.
I tell you when Trump got me, when I was just like, damn, when he said when I got shot at in Butler and God spared my life, he spared my life so I can make America great again. I was like, damn, he might be right.
Shut up, man.
I did, because I'm just like, I mean, he did get shot at and he did live. Like, the bullet just missed him. I mean, he's here. He's clearly here for a reason. I don't know what that reason is.
He got me when the little black boy, he said he only had 4 months to live. And he said he had 5 years and made the young man a special agent.
They should have brushed that little boy hair, though.
He didn't have no hair. He had.
Yeah, he did have hair.
Well, he had little patches, but
because he had brain cancer.
Yeah, it's complication.
Yeah, you're right.
Brush his hair. You know what? Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Walt Baby Love from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Hey, what's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Hey, listen, I got through 2 days in a row. It's a miracle. God is definitely good. I just had to call back when I knew that Jess Hilarious was back on the show this morning. And I tried to call through, and I got through. Jess, you were missed. I'm one of your biggest fans. I will start looking at your autobiography, but I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut, and I want to welcome you back to the Breakfast Club and wish you nothing but success.
Hey, Bridgeport, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too, baby.
All righty, brother.
How many times Jess gonna get welcome back to the Breakfast Club? Jess, how many times you gonna get welcome back?
I don't know.
She was on vacation.
Times I leave, I don't know. Anytime.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on the Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up, Emmy? This is Dre.
Hey, what's up, Dre? Get it off your chest, brother.
Hey, listen, man. I'm going to get this on this is more so for Charlamagne, man.
Okay.
Hey, listen. I notice you come out very strong, right? You're very strong when you think Republicans do something disrespectful, but when the Democrats do something disrespectful, you don't got nothing to say. I think it was very disrespectful, right? That regardless of how they feel about Trump, when they were celebrating that little boy from Texas and the police officers and the family, them people that got killed, and everyone was basically, the attention was for them. Nobody stood up. You don't think that was disrespectful?
I think Democrats definitely should have. They definitely should have applauded that. Like, you know, you can't be so against another party that, you know, you don't applaud basic things like that. Like, yeah, I do think that was. I think it was disrespectful. I don't know if disrespect is the word I would use, but I think that they should have definitely applauded it.
Yep.
Or at least stood up. They applauded it, but they didn't stand up.
Nah, the camera I watched, they sat right down. They didn't applaud anything, man.
No, they applauded that. Because I remember even when I forgot what I forgot what Elizabeth Warren was applauding, but remember President Trump was like, even Pocahontas likes it.
Well, that's one thing. That's the one part of it. But the whole collective sat down and did nothing at all because they hated Trump.
But hey, you're totally wrong, because you know what's so funny? Whenever I criticize Democrats call in sounding like you do. And whenever I criticize Republicans call in sounding like you do. And that's why I said we can never be objective, because if a Republican says something, Democrats automatically say it's a lie. If Democrats say something, Republicans automatically say it's a lie. Nobody can ever be objective and just call it down the middle.
For sure, it's the way you say it, though. When you criticize Democrat, you call them stupid because they think Republican is winning and is getting away with stuff. That's not criticism. That's not criticism. It's the way you say it.
You don't listen to me enough, then. You should listen more.
All right, man.
Have a good one, brother.
All right, you too.
Hello, who's this?
This is Marshall.
What's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
So I watched President Trump last night. The thing he said about he was going to do for the farmers. No matter what he do for the farmers, ain't nobody that'll work the farmland. He getting rid of all they workers.
Y'all gonna have robots.
What he gonna do for them?
Elon's robot's gonna be out there in a minute.
Uncle Charlotte. No robot's gonna be out there.
Elon robot's gonna be right there in South Carolina, man. What you talking about?
Hey, you might be right though. That is a good point. But how much them robots gonna cost the American people to make?
I have no idea.
Elon gonna get rich.
He definitely
is. But inflation gonna go right through the roof. The Dems need some younger blood in there, man, because they cowards.
Man, you not lying. Like, I can't even sit here and tell you that you lying. I literally watched that speech last night, and I said to myself, I don't know what Democrats do. I feel like they shouldn't have shown up if they weren't going to be more disruptive. That's all I kept thinking. I'm like, God dang, they such suckers. They
soft, man.
They holding up signs like they had a silent auction. Like, they don't want nobody to know what they bidding on. And then the signs ain't even say nothing strong.
When Obama was up there, the folks was, you lying.
Joe Wilson. Joe Wilson from South Carolina.
Congress and everything.
Yeah, Joe Wilson, the congressman from South Carolina. With Marjorie Taylor Greene going at Biden. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're going to be disruptive, man. Like, them signs, one sign said, I thought it said must stinks, but it said must steals.
It said, must.
And then the other one just said
steals.
False.
It said false. Then one said liar. Then another one said, did you pay your taxes? Something like that.
When Congressman Al Green got kicked out, all of them should have started being disruptive, and they all should have got kicked out. Like, they just don't act like it's a real issue. Right. You understand what I'm saying? They just act like they're mad. Like, they don't act like things are as bad as they ever say it is. Right. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Well, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got rumors coming up.
Yeah, so I know Morgan got into the Trump and the State of the Union and front page news, but we're going to break down the Zeus Network part of it.
All right, we'll get to that.
Zeus Network got State of the Union?
Man, nah, it was giving Baddies West last night up in there.
All right, we'll get into it when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Good morning. And let's get to the rumors.
Worldwide message. On The Breakfast Club.
She's the culture show.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
So did it or did it not get a little ghetto at the State of the Union last night?
I think it was ghetto from the time that it started. And I know Morgan talked a bit about this, but I wanted to talk about
She was giving more policy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%, which is, that's what we do in the front page news. But over here, I wanted to talk about some things that some conversations that sparked from last night. So first, I know I heard you guys talking a little bit about DJ Daniel. He was a 13-year-old
little
kid.
boy.
Yeah, that was given a Secret Service clearance last night during the State of the Union address. Let's take a listen to that.
Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer. But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
That was a great
dope.
moment.
That was dope.
And then it was like Rafiki holding up Simba. Remember he picked him up and held him up.
Kept picking
His
him up.
father picked him up.
And
Yeah.
DJ held up the badge, and when Trump announced it, DJ's face was looking like, for
Really?
real? Like,
Yeah.
is this happening?
He said, "Damn."
Yeah.
He said, "Damn." Like,
Damn, pick that little boy up like that though.
He did it a couple times.
It was like the big little boy. We saw him.
Yeah. But
He was excited.
And then he
I
hugged
thought-
the agent. He
Yes.
asked the agent, "Can I hug you?" It looked like, and then he
Yes.
hugged the agent. He was really
when
happy,
he
man.
hugged Sean Kern, I was like, oh, like I literally said, oh, and I'm like, there's no way that anything like this can be made bad at all.
That
and
was
then
an effective stunt.
It was so effective, right? But then you had people
think so.
arguing, okay, this was race baiting. This little black boy shouldn't have been used as a prop. And I'm like, are y'all
He's
like
black.
I don't. Whatever. He's a person of color,
Oh,
obviously.
okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't know his
He's not
exact
African-American.
ethnicity. But
Guarantee
when
you
I
that.
saw
his
that,
head was nappy.
His head was
Stop
not
it.
that
Yes, it was.
at all. It wasn't.
He was black.
the dad,
You
yeah.
think he was black?
His dad
definitely
was black.
Yeah,
His
it
dad
was-
was holding him up. I don't know if that was his dad, but yeah, it
Not
seemed
that
like
that
that was his
matters.
dad.
I
dad.
just don't think little boy
Yeah,
was
he
black.
was
His
black.
head wasn't
He's
nappy.
black.
I mean, it was patchy, but it wasn't nappy.
Well, it was.
Very effective stunt.
Yes, that's my point. So what I'm saying, the point of me and mentioning is not only was it a good moment, but I think it made people, and I think to Trump's like what they were trying to do, and he is so good at what he does, and he does it so subtly. It made people start arguing about all the wrong stuff. I'm like, how are y'all upset?
He's a master at it.
Yeah, how are y'all upset that this little boy? This is one of his dreams. He wanted to be a police officer. You know what I mean?
But why do we call it a stunt? Like he might have really wanted to do that. That might not have been a stunt because
It's definitely a
He
stunt.
made a stunt
They do it on
Trump
both sides
and-
too.
What are you
Don't get me
talking about?
wrong. At the
Yeah,
State of the
they
Union
do. That's
address,
what you
they
do
do
at
it
the
on
State
both
of the Union.
sides.
Yeah, a stunt
a
makes
stunt.
it feel like it wasn't hard coming from the heart.
It can
Like it
still
was
come from the
malicious or
heart.
something with some type of different intent.
That's right.
Like, yeah.
It
He
was
wanted
a
to give
stunt.
that boy a wish.
You know what he did? It for this. For us to be having this conversation right here, it's effective. That's why it's a stunt.
Yeah.
know.
Well,
There was a few of those he did yesterday.
The trans one, was that a stunt?
Which one?
Absolutely not. That is
I think
very
it was
much
the
real.
volleyball player.
How
She
he
was a
feels
volleyball
about
player,
it.
It was a good moment that
was-
identified as a stunt.
okay. Well, so here's one of the conversations that I wanted to get into about this as well. Is like y'all are arguing about that, but the real tea here is that if we have a conversation about some of the stuff that Trump has been dismantling, some of the efforts to find cures for cancer and other deadly disorders and diseases is on that list. But you're giving this little boy this badge and you're wanting him to have this full life, but you're not you no longer want to help him figure out the reason why he's been able to be here this long, despite what doctor said to him. So I thought that, I'm like, wow, that went over people's head. I don't know how, but it did. And then I know we talked a little about the resistance and what people, or tried to talk about the resistance and what people should have been doing or whatever. I do want to, it was very subtle. It was only a few of them, but I know Jasmine Crockett walked out yesterday. Rep Ayanna Presley walked out yesterday, and there were a few other reps that walked out. And Jasmine Crockett actually was interviewed about what she would tell Trump last night. Let's take a listen to this.
If you could tell Donald Trump anything tonight, what would you tell him?
I would tell him to grow a spine and stop being Putin's hoe.
Damn.
Jesus. All right.
Drop on the clues bomb for Jasmine Crockett.
I thought that was a great moment as well too. That people tried.
That was better than the whole Democratic rebuttal that they had that woman. I don't even know who that freshman senator was. That was better than the whole Democratic
she even
rebuttal.
came on.
I didn't know she came on.
Yeah.
I didn't know she came on.
And the group of women that were with Jasmine Crockett that walked out, there were like 4 or 5 other senators. They all had on the Good Trouble T-shirts as well too. And then Jasmine Crockett did the
Super Bowl, Kendrick
the little
Lamar.
Super Bowl Kendrick Lamar
joint.
skit for TikTok.
We don't need all that.
No,
We don't need all
because
that
the two
dancing.
women, they didn't have the rhythm.
They wasn't on beat. No,
so
that was
it's
off.
like,
Yeah.
I said, Jesus
Y'all, the
Christ.
people they tried last night. They
No,
tried.
we don't need that.
Y'all saw the moment where Trump, when in the beginning, Trump was talking about Melania working with foster care, and then they panned to her and she smiled. That was my first time ever seeing her act like she left her husband. What?
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
know.
this is her first my man moment. Like, okay. But I wanted to also go into now, because Elon Musk was a topic of conversation online last night as well, because Trump introduced him as the person that was heading Doge and like all those efforts. But he said before that Elon wasn't that person.
In court, they say something totally different.
Exactly. But yesterday online, Elon was viral because he retweeted something that...
This is crazy.
Yes, it was very crazy. He retweeted something that Ben Shapiro said about George Floyd. Let's take a listen to what Ben Shapiro said.
If we are issuing pardons, there is one person that President Trump should pardon from federal charges forthwith. That person is Derek Chauvin. The inciting event for the BLM riots that caused $2 billion in property damage in the United States and set America's race relations on their worst footing in my lifetime was, in fact, the railroading of Derek Chauvin in the death of George Floyd. The evidence demonstrates Derek Chauvin did not, in fact, commit murder of George Floyd. George Floyd was high on fentanyl. He had a significant pre-existing heart condition. George Floyd was saying he could not breathe before he was even out of the car. Derek Chauvin, for large segments of even the tape that was shown had his knee on George Floyd's shoulder or back, not on his neck. The autopsy of George Floyd showed that he had no damage to his trachea, that probably George Floyd died of excited delirium.
And who is Ben Shapiro for people that don't know?
Ben Shapiro is he's a pundit. He's a conservative pundit. He has a big platform. People do listen to him. But I want to correct
his own podcast. He writes for Newsweek, the Ben Shapiro Show. Just for people that don't know, he's an attorney that don't know who he is.
Ben Shapiro's a big deal.
Yes, and I want go ahead. I want to correct. First of all, George Floyd, the autopsy report that came out that he's referring to concluded that George Floyd died from cardiopulmonary arrest from the knee that was to his neck in the amount of time that it was there, not an overdose. There was things that came up in the autopsy report that he's referring to, but that it was not determined George Floyd's the reason why George Floyd passed away. So I did want to correct that. But Elon Musk retweeted this. And he said, this is something we should consider. And I thought that too, because that was a huge conversation during the State of the Union. People were online arguing about this. You had Arce chiming in, and he was upset, as he should be. He called Elon racist. People were responding to him like, drive a Ferrari, not a Tesla then. But again, I'm like, the timing is kind of crazy, right?
It's a distraction. It's part of the economy of engagement through enragement.
Yes.
He knows that's going to piss everybody off. He knows that's going to get everybody talking. That's a distraction. Come on.
And it's hard to stare away from, because it's like watching Baddies West. It's like you don't know why you're so entertained, but you're just watching all this stuff. Yeah. But it was crazy yesterday online. So
did you reach out to Ben Crump?
I did reach out to Ben Crump. He has not gotten back to me yet, but I did because he represents a lot of the Floyd family members.
That's why I asked.
Philanese Floyd, who is George Floyd's brother. So I did reach out to just see if they even care, but he didn't respond, and he normally does. And maybe he doesn't want to even give this any more light. I wouldn't be mad at him.
I wouldn't even give it no energy.
Yeah. So that's all for me.
All right. Well, that is the rumors. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Lauren. All right. When we come back, we got front page news, and then Porsha Williams will be joining us. Of course, Real Housewives of Atlanta comes back this Sunday, season 16, and Porsha's back. So we'll talk to her in a little bit. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake up. You're locked into the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back in some front page news. Now, congratulations to LeBron James. He becomes the first to score 50,000 combined points in the NBA regular season and playoffs. So congratulations to Bron.
Salute to Bronny.
Now, also,
not Bronny, LeBron James.
LeBron James, yep. And also, congratulations to Saquon Barkley. He signed a 2-year, $41.2 million contract extension.
That's that. You just won me the Super Bowl money.
Yep, that makes him the highest paid running back in NFL history. And the Giants just gave that away. Anyway, what's up, Morgan?
Hey, Envy, you mad about it or no?
Yes.
Well, he wouldn't have got that money with the Giants because he wouldn't have had the season he had last year with the New York Giants. So God, works in mysterious ways. Or does God work in mysterious ways? I don't think God is mysterious at all. I think it's quite plain.
Well, tell me how plain last night was in this president's joint address. So the conversation does continue regarding President Trump's joint address to Congress. Trump touted going after diversity, equity, and inclusion hiring practice on a federal level. He describes his changes as a common sense revolution. Let's hear those comments from President Trump in regards to DE&I.
We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military. What I have just described is only a small fraction of the common sense revolution that is now, because of us, sweeping the entire world. Common sense has become a common theme, and we will never go back.
Ooh, was that a shot thrown? We're not going back? Okay, anyways, maybe I'm the only one that heard that. But he then talked about his efforts to end federal funding for schools that allow transgender women to compete in women's sports. He also said that he ended Biden administration's electric vehicle mandate as well. There was some drama on the House floor. Representative Al Green, he stood up in protest. He was removed for that protest. A Texas Democrat refused to sit down during the speech and was yelling something at Trump before he was escorted out. Now, Republicans tried to calm him down or drown him out by yelling, USA, USA. So let's hear House Speaker Mike Johnson's call to order when that whole incident took place.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Hey, man, salute to Congressman Al Green. I respect it. I mean, that's the kind of stuff Democrats historically never do. You know, we saw Congressman Joe Wilson do it to Obama back in the day when he yelled, "You lied." We saw Marjorie Taylor Greene do it to Biden. So I don't mind that kind of disruption. You know, I actually wish that, you know, the Democrats would have been more disruptive. I didn't know you could kick people out for that, though. That was...
Oh, yeah, there are all kinds of rules on Capitol Hill. Congressman Green, he later talked to reporters about that incident. He's saying, in his words, no mandate to cut Medicaid. So let's hear from Representative Al Green from his side about what happened in that incident.
I have people who are very fearful. These are poor people, and they have only Medicaid in their lives when it comes to their health care. And I want him to know that his budget calls for deep cuts in Medicaid. We need to raise the cap on Social Security. There's a possibility that it's going to be hurt, and we've got to protect Medicare.
I believe, I agree with him 100%. You got to protect Medicare, but I believe Democrats really dropped the ball there to make more of a statement because, you know, Al Green is an old man. He got a cane. He looked like the old dude from New Jack City. You know, screaming at Nino Brown. Like, I feel like when he stood up and, you know, he was disruptive and he made that noise, more Democrats, you know, should have stood up with him because they can't kick everybody out, right? It's easy to remove one older gentleman than it is to remove a whole bunch of people. And I think that they should have stood up with him instead of just holding up them signs looking like they had a silent auction.
United we stand, the numbers. That's a good point. All right. So
you know what else they should have did? They should have had federal workers who got fired who were MAGA there. And they should have let them wear their MAGA apparel and they should have let them stand up and, you know, be disruptive about losing their jobs. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next time, you know, maybe you need to head to Capitol Hill, Charlamagne.
No.
Speaking of the Dems' response, though, Senator Alyssa Slotkin, she says Americans want change, but it has to be done in a responsible way and not recklessly.
They had a response?
Yes, the Democrats responded.
What time that came on? 1 o'clock in the morning?
Pretty much, about 12:30 for sure. Yeah. So the Michigan senator made remarks while delivering the Democratic response to President Trump's address to the joint session of Congress. Now, Slotkin said that Trump talked a big game about the economy during his speech, but she urged Americans to read the fine print. She also took aim at Elon Musk and what she called the quote mindless firing of critical federal workers. Let's hear more from Alyssa Slotkin.
Most Americans share three core beliefs: that the middle class is the engine of our country, that strong national security protects us from harm, and that our democracy, no matter how messy, is unparalleled and worth fighting for. The mindless firing of people who work to protect our nuclear weapons, keep our planes from crashing, and conduct the research that finds the cure for cancer, only to rehire them 2 days later. No CEO in America could do that without being summarily fired.
She's not wrong about that. But the freshman senator called Trump's confrontational meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky a spectacle and a bad episode of reality TV that summed up Trump's whole approach to the world.
Yeah, but you know what? That's what they need, because I don't even know who heard the Democrats' rebuttal. I never even heard of that woman in my life. What's her name?
Her name is Alyssa Slotkin, and she is a freshman senator. And she said that's okay. That's how she opened her speech, her response. She's like, it's okay if y'all don't know who I am. And she introduced herself.
No, that's not okay. Where's AOC at? Where's Jasmine Crockett? Where's Ayanna Presley? Where's the person that folks are going to actually hear?
Jasmine wasn't there?
Jasmine Crockett was actually.
She walked out.
She was up there doing TikTok.
Yeah, she did the TikTok. She did the little Kendrick thing.
Yeah, she walked out. But that's what I mean when I say Democrats don't do anything that cuts through. So only thing I can say is, man, Americans have to just let everything play out. Like, you know, in a way, you can't react to everything that the Trump administration does. You just got to protect what you can, prevent what you can. And they need to be coming up with a plan for the future. Like, what is Democrats' Project 2028?
Now, I was still a little confused. The boycott was we did not want to hear what Trump was doing in the next couple of months.
What boycott? Well, I thought they were boycotting Target. Ain't that what Pastor Jamal did?
Well, the fact that we did not want to watch, we wasn't supposed to watch.
Oh, you talking about the State of the Union thing?
We wasn't supposed to watch the State of the Union last night.
and all of them did.
Yes.
I think that they were just creating alternative programming. So if you're a person who wants accurate information, if you're a person who, you know, didn't want to sit up there and listen to Trump live for 90 minutes, they were just giving you alternative programming to get facts.
Okay.
That's what I believe that was for.
All right. I just wasn't sure.
All right. So that's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. Follow me on social at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com.
All right. All right. Well, thank you, Morgan. Now, when we come back from Real Housewives of Atlanta, Porsha Williams will be joining us. She's
Capital
returning.
P.
So it's no Bobadia. No more.
There's no more.
It's done.
No more the body.
Okay.
What's his name?
Gobadia.
Yes.
Yeah.
No more
Because
Gobadia.
I know he gone, but I didn't know if the last name is gone. It's official. Everything is done. So now she back to Williams.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
And we're going to talk to her next. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And we got a special guest in the building.
Capital P.
Porsha is back. Porsha Williams, welcome.
What's good?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I was just saying, I love you.
Oh, I love you
on
too.
this
Why,
show.
is her name Lauren, like your sister?
Yes, I love me a good Lauren. Yes.
Laurens are special people.
They really are. I was just saying this morning how many I have. My assistant is Lauren. We have another stylist, Lauren. It's just Lauren's everywhere.
Lauren's everywhere.
You look rich.
Thank you.
You giving glow, giving money.
Is giving rich, honey. The spirit is giving rich.
Back on Housewives.
Yes.
Who would have thought?
3 years away from the show, and now I'm back. It's really exciting, to be honest with you.
So what now, though? Because you get a lot of money, Porsha. It's not like you need to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
God has, you know what? God has really been good to me. 3 years away from
That's how you know
reality
somebody
TV.
getting money. God has been good to me.
Really good to me.
Okay, in spite of, okay? But no, I have a certain relationship with my fans. I've been doing a show for 10 years, and they're really not fans. I call them supporters because they've been with me through everything, a divorce, giving birth to Pilar on TV, like ups and downs of life. And so, I really felt like at the time it was going to be great to share my life, my happily married life, but one thing about me and my fans do respect, I'm transparent. So even though it didn't turn out the story that I wanted to share, I still was open with what I had.
So I want to know, let's start with the divorce, right?
Oh, let's do it.
People automatically people
Top of the morning.
People assumed it was infidelity, but in the first episode, you talk about you would go to the airport and you would always get pulled to the side. And you got to the point you was like, why the hell do we keep getting pulled to the side?
Right.
Did you call ICE on Simon?
No, it doesn't benefit me at all for him to be locked up. Mentally and financially, it doesn't benefit me. Just because you're going through a divorce doesn't mean you hate someone. I hate actions. I hate lies. I hate a lot of characteristics, but I love the person, and I would never wish harm on anybody. And at the end of the day, I know that he's the type of person, he's a slithering snake. He's going to find his way out of it. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Damn.
And I pray for him, his family, and I hope they all figure it out.
So where is it at right now? Because the last reports were like he's detained, the citizenship was denied. Like, so where is he physically, and like what's happening right now?
So I only know as much as you guys know, and as much as what's online. As far as I know, they've been posting that he's still being detained. So
in Georgia,
I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it that much. I just know I'm trying to finish my divorce. And I can't do that if I don't have a person to divorce.
Really?
So,
you got to be out to do it?
We need to be in court.
Yeah.
Well, he wanted to have our last court date, which was just a week ago. He asked for it to be in person. I didn't want it to be in person because I knew this whole thing. When I got enlightened about
you knew this whole thing, so you did call ICE?
No, I knew that he already had a peculiar situation with the United States of America.
Gotcha.
And so it wasn't going to benefit me or him for it to be in person. We had already done a year's worth of the divorce over Zoom. So why in person? Why are you fighting for that?
Girl, you would have showed up looking just like that too.
Who, me? To court? Oh, well, you got to give him that last look.
Yep, you would have.
Damn. Wow.
Period.
Now I don't want the divorce.
Now, he also filed that he didn't want you to record in the house?
Yes. So I did.
But it was your house.
Yes, our house. So, I know he's explained it 1,000 different ways online. He has documented our entire divorce on the Simon Show online, and then I have the Housewives, I suppose. But, there is paperwork in place that would make it a marital property 50-50 split. Outside of that being enforced, it is a premarital property or whatever. But, I am on the other side of this. Like, we've been divorcing now through this process for a whole year. And it's caught up with what I had to do. Right. So like emotionally, I feel like I'm ready to be done with it. I'm ready to heal, ready to move on. But here comes a reality show. So here's the part of my life where it gets interesting. I'm done with the divorce, but I had to deal with it, all the darkness on camera.
Oh, wow. So it comes right back.
Yeah, and so now it has to come back. So now I have to be super prayed up. I have to be super vigilant of who's around me, of energies. I have to be very protective of my peace at this point because I know what I'm getting into more than any other season.
Right.
This season could affect me more than any other season.
And girl, this is your season. Like, I mean, you've always been like you, Kenya, Nene, Candy, y'all are the OG girls.
Yeah.
But right now, I think we're all excited because you have been away from the show. We know that Kenya eventually exits. Nene's not there. Candy's not there. So it's like we are looking for you to bring back how it used to feel. So there's so many eyes and people are going to critique it so much. So like, what's the daily mantra with filming? Because these girls are not, they're not always going to give you that protected piece that you're talking about.
Well, no, because I just met a couple of them.
I know.
So
and
the show started with BS already.
They didn't know me to protect me. It was like, hey, girl, who you stole? I was like, wait, what? So, you know, for me, I came back into this kind of feeling brand new. Not gonna lie. Like 3 years is a really long time from having cameras in your life on a daily basis. I was looking into the damn camera lens for most of the time. Like I was getting stumbling over words. It was like brand new Porsha all over again. Right. And then I just said, you know what? I talked to the producer. So this was collaborative. Me coming back, a big part of me coming back was collaborative. We had conversations, my husband or estranged husband and production about how I wanted to be, and how I asked them to be was completely honest. I asked them, can I break the fourth wall? Fourth wall on reality TV is saying I'm late because I had to film at my mama's house because it's a cease and desist on my crib. You know what I'm saying? So I told them, I said, listen, the only way I can do this is to just speak my truth and be 100% honest. You can edit what you got to do later. Right. But for me to get through this at this dark time and losing like my person, I have to be as honest as I possibly can. And they agreed to that. And I feel like they stuck with that. You know, I got to see the show. But I feel like they stuck to letting me just live authentically.
Gotcha.
I saw Dr. Simone Whitmore call you a mean girl. Why she say that about you, capital P? You so nice.
I don't know. I couldn't really understand what she was saying. I think Simone is reaching at straws. I mean, I don't know. I think Simone is full of it, just like that piece of doo-doo she had on her head. Like, she just, to me, she on her show, sometimes when you're on reality TV, right, she's an OBGYN. She started on the show and, you know, she was a regular person and now on the camera. Sometimes when you start lacking in story, you start lacking as a person individually, you start just reaching and coming at who are on point. So she's lacking. So when people lack, they try to deflect and come to you.
Yeah, I didn't get Mean Girl from the first episode. I got late. You was late.
I was late.
But I didn't
late.
get Mean Girl.
I try not to be late, but again, logistics, behind the scenes, things that you will see and things you don't know. I had to film at my mom's house because, you know, I couldn't film in my house at the time. And she lives out in Duluth, baby. And that was on a Friday in the rain.
So wait, you're talking about filming at your mom's house in the house, because I saw online that you weren't awarded sole possession of the house?
So I was.
But you still can't film there.
So I was. So no, here's the thing. I could do what I want in my house. I could film like a whole porno in my house. I could do what I want, right?
All right.
Why you have to go there? Of everything, you had to go there.
I know. I ain't had nothing in a while, so I just had to think about it. But okay, so I could do what I want in my house. However, he sent a cease and desist to Bravo. So when he sent that to Bravo, they don't want to play with that. So I needed to get a separate document that said I can film in the house to give to them, so they don't have to worry about him harassing them with legal things.
Right. But can he send anything legally, being that he's here illegally?
Let me Google.
I'm not an immigration attorney.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if he has an attorney, he could send whatever he
I
wants.
would think everything he sends is null and void.
Yeah, but Bravo, I'm sure don't want to fight that.
Well, let's hope so.
All right, we got more with Porsha Williams when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lorna Rosa is here with us as well. We're still kicking it with Porsha Williams from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Charlamagne?
I want to ask you about the Simone thing because she said, I think she was, if I'm not mistaken, correct me, Lauren, she was saying that Phaedra left her show to come back with you.
Yeah, because they freaking back. So it's like now the reunion of them as a friend. She was basically saying
frack and over there the check was whack. Like, okay, so
that's what happened.
Very well.
Because I was going to ask you that because Phaedra comes in later in the season. I'm like, was that switch because what? Did you need the friend or like it's the money thing?
Phaedra. We always need Phaedra. I don't give a damn. We always need the legends of Real Housewives of Atlanta. There's just certain situations to where we can't have some of them back. But if there was where there's a will, there's a way. I wanted to have Phaedra back. The cast wanted Phaedra back. And Bravo wanted her back in her home on Housewives.
Now, how tight are you and Drew?
Drew? You know what, Drew? It's some people you just realize, okay, you just a little.
Is she still an ambassador of Go Naked Hair?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Go Naked Hair is Porsha's hair brand.
I can't put my hair on people's head and then they think they're me. Like, that's what I can't do. Like, that's what we not gonna do. You don't become Porsha by wearing Porsha's hair. You need to just enjoy my hair, take it out when it's dirty, and put it back in when it's clean. You know, like, you can't just like all that. She's an okay person, I think, for a lot of her friends. I think they love her. I think they trust her. I think if you're not her friend, you shouldn't trust her and you shouldn't be around her.
Okay, so with you saying you shouldn't trust her, you shouldn't be around her, and she is not wearing Go Naked Hair anymore, you were not happy about the allegations that she might be in a relationship or whatever with Dennis, your ex.
See, this is why I like Breakfast Club. You ask the questions that need to be answered, okay? So here's the thing. On the show, I don't know how it's going to come off again because the show has to sensationalize things, right? So how good is it for me to be going through a divorce and I'm still jealous about my baby daddy? That's BS, right? So in real life, she actually was trying to film with him behind my back, and that's just not cool. Come on,
wait, filming him on the show as a
film with him on Housewives, so it's just not cool, right? It felt like a setup for me in some way.
So you didn't know Drew was recording with Dennis. You didn't know anything. You didn't know that they were speaking. You didn't know that they were talking until that first episode.
That's what they said on the episode.
I didn't know any of that.
So you found out right there in that episode.
What's so funny, I saw the episode and she was like, she asked him and I said yes, and she talked to me and I said yes, and I'm like, that's just not true. Like, I genuinely didn't know. Look, at the end of the day, like I told Shamia, if Drew and Dennis want to get together, I just hope she can do baby hair for Pilar. Like, I'm happy with Drew. I think she's a great parent. I think if him and her were to get together and, you know, they can have a solid relationship, that's good too. Just don't screw me where you asked me to come back to be. She had been asking me to come back to Housewives, and when I came back, this is what you had waiting on me. This whack storyline that y'all came up with.
Oh, so I see what you're saying.
So if it was real, you wouldn't have a problem with it.
Of course not. I've never got. Listen, everybody knows Dennis and I have a great co-parenting relationship, and it is strictly because his personal life is his personal life, and mine is mine.
So he didn't say nothing to you at all either. You found out on the show, so y'all didn't have no conversation.
No, he ain't gonna tell me because he can benefit off me finding out on the show.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Surprise!
Yeah, that what he wouldn't know.
You still love Dennis?
Cool. Yes. Yeah. Not like, you know, please don't take that soundbite like that. I mean, yes, as in that's my daughter's father, and I want the absolute best for him.
But do you love him like still let him sweat on you type of way?
You should have said sling hot dogs. That's what you should have said.
On me. No. No. I can't even. And you know, this has been a period of time. I've been divorcing a year, you know, and a lot of people move fast, even in their divorce time. I just don't see him in that way. I just don't. And I think because of Pilar. You don't play with that. You know, I'm already going through a divorce, and she's already, you know, losing someone who she called a stepdad, papa, etc. I don't want to play with her seeing me and her father be in a relationship and then break up. That's not responsible for me. So the love I have for her just causes me not even to be attracted to him in that way at all. Because I just don't. We have so many ups and downs. Our relationship can be toxic at times, and I just don't want to enter into that space with him.
You have a great relationship parenting, co-parenting.
We have a good co-parenting. Well, I am single right now. So we're going to see how it works out when I get somebody.
Is that hard to find somebody though, Porsha? Because you are so high profile.
For who, me?
Yeah, for you. Because you're high profile, you on TV. People may not want to be, they may not want their life involved in that.
True. So certain caliber of people. I do tend to attract a lot of opportunists. So yes, the people who probably are opportunists and who are in their own lane, doing their own thing, and don't want a part of anything I have going on, probably tend to skew away from trying to date me.
Right.
Which is the downside of being a reality star. But I just feel like at the end of the day right now, I can't even think about that. Like, I can't even imagine me like being with someone else right now because I still have the energy of my husband around me.
Wow.
I do.
So when that's done, I think maybe the atmosphere will be like her king is coming.
You said something that was interesting. You said that you can't get the energy of Simon off you. What makes you get the energy of a person off you? Like, Lauren got Sage. Your sister got the Sage.
She could, but you know, this divorce, it's going to take some time. It's going to take time. To the public, our relationship was so sensationalized that I don't think they saw it as a real relationship. But I genuinely did love my husband. And I had all kind of plans. If you have ever been married or in a long-term relationship, everything you do, you're considering that person. They're a part of it. Yeah. So everything I'm still doing, I'm having to piece him out of it, you know, and I'm still in our home. I would like to redecorate or do whatever, but I got to still wait to see what's going to happen with that. He and I, what? Stop talking about Simon. This is not true. You wrote this. Is this true?
What you mean? I don't know what you say.
We don't even know what it is.
I don't know. They just handed me that.
What does it say?
This can't be real.
They just handed me that. I have no idea.
Oh, wow. Okay, so, Lauren, look at that.
What is happening?
Sorry.
I'm
just playing. I made that up.
What happened? Porsha. I was scared too.
So what Charlamagne put together. And let me tell you, before the interview, he didn't tell none of us, right?
I thought it was something with me.
We just seen him laughing and giggling, so we knew he was up to something. But he even planned it because he had somebody walk it in. The letter says, yo, what's wrong with you, man?
Right now, that is not funny.
You got scared for a hot second.
Because this is, I don't know, this, you know, people online, of course, they're making jokes like, oh, you know, she called or whatever. This is like a person who I have shared a life with. Yeah. I don't want nothing to happen to him. I don't even want him deported, like, at the end of the day. That scared me. I was like...
Mr. Mental Health just threw you off, huh?
What you
right.
But you looked at me like, do you know what I'm doing? I don't know what's going on.
Disrupting my peace.
I really thought something happened to somebody because you look like you were about to cry.
Yeah.
All right, woosah. Back to the show.
Back to the show.
There was a lot of men that were happy that happened to him, though.
They were?
Yes. Because of how do you feel about you?
Because they want to holler.
Well, and that's the scary part about being online, like going in on a personality that people actually like. You don't know who could have done anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? You just don't know.
All right, we got more with Porsha Williams when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is hanging with us this morning, and we're still kicking it with Porsha Williams from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Charlamagne?
What happened on when y'all shot the Upshaws? Because we had Nene up here.
Yeah.
And she said you blocked her from, but you wouldn't do it with her.
I was doing this show called The Upshaws, and she kind of was like, she didn't want to do the Upshaws with me. She didn't tell me that. She told the production crew, and the production told us that, you know.
Is that true? I don't believe Porsha.
It's the truth.
Really?
It's
Porsha don't seem like that type. Porsha not catty like that.
Where
she is.
Did something happened a little bit? Like
she did that.
So no, it's not that I wouldn't do it with her. So I signed on to do the Upshaws, and I had just filed. So when it happened, I had already signed up to do the show, and I really couldn't cancel at that point. So when I got there, I just was sitting in the green room or the waiting area, and I just like start breaking down.
Oh man!
And then she was in the room next to me. Just hearing her voice broke me down because I just felt when you're going through divorce, you just feel so alone. Just hearing her voice, it was just too familiar. And you know, I had not talked to her. I didn't know how I could face her. I didn't know how I could face anybody. So it genuinely wasn't me saying, no, I don't work with this person or that person, whomever, because I agreed to it. I just wasn't capable of doing it that day.
Mentally and emotionally.
Mentally and emotionally. I could not gather myself at all. So when I spoke to them, they were like, you know, I understand you're not going to be able to act as a housewife today. They ended up letting me go home, and then they said, we'll fill in your spot with Cynthia. And then after that, in true Nene fashion, she just turned it into something about herself. And it genuinely wasn't about her. It was about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, her actions of like taking Simon's side and hanging out with him or with women or whatever they were doing, which is fine, because in a divorce you're gonna pick a side. I can't judge if she wanted to go over there. Who knows? She may think he right and I'm wrong. It is what it is.
Gotcha. You know, you said you like seeing the OGs on the show. Would you welcome Nene back?
Yes, I would welcome her back. I mean, it ain't gonna look like I'm welcoming her back. Let me get that straight. We gonna have a time in the beginning, but I'm for what's good for the show. But I just feel like realistically, as much as we all love Nene and I mean miss Nene, realistically, you just can't sue a network. You cannot say things about Andy Cohen that are that damaging and expect that bridge to still be standing. So unfortunately, I just don't know if she can cross that and come back.
I got one more show question because I know you also are acting too. You got a Lifetime situation we want to talk about. But Kenya, so I know she's not going to finish out the season because of what happened with her and Brittany. But they were saying that she could come back potentially season 17.
Who said that?
I thought that she was only suspended for the rest of 16.
No, I be saying that in real life.
I thought she was only suspended for season 16 and could potentially come back for 17, no?
I would hope that's true. I just can't see I'm in 100% agreement with her not being here. I would love for her to be at the reunion. I'm for what's best for the show. And I loved where Kenya was going. She's not that happy with me right now, you know.
Why is she not happy with you right now? I thought y'all were doing better this season.
She didn't like when I said that, when I compared her to Britt, and I said they were similar. And I said they were similar, but I meant because they're both fabulous. They're both, to me, speak their mind. Like, you know, when you don't like somebody, you don't want to be compared to them. So
right. Got you.
But whatever, girl. I got to talk about you. You a part of the show. Don't you want to be talked about?
It's kind of crazy, though. I didn't even think about the reunion. Like, the fact that she won't even be on the reunion.
Who says that? It's possible. I'm still hopeful. She's still a big part of the show. She's not the show. She didn't make or break the season. But Kenya is a person who I've been doing this with for a very long time. And for once, we were possibly about to have a season of not being foes. You know what I'm saying? Phaedra, I have to say, when Phaedra came in, she helped to elevate the show as well and keep us where we needed to be because everybody been wanting to see her. She been gone the whole time Candy been gone.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's people wanted her back.
And Candy has been really upset about how Kenya has been treated by the network. She's been very vocal about that. And then Phaedra coming back, I don't know if Candy's too excited about that as well too, but do you feel like the network protects you guys the way that they should? Because that's what Candy's saying. It's like the network didn't protect one of their stars, which is Kenya.
I still work for the network, so I don't share certain sentiments, okay? Let's be clear, all right? I'm saying that I think Kenya deserves an opportunity, and an opportunity can be given to anyone. You can always say no. She can say whatever she wants to say to Britt, the cast, the crew, and whoever, and they can say no, but I believe she deserves that opportunity. I ain't say a damn thing about the network. Love the network.
Talk about all this money you're getting. Pampered by Porsha.
Lifetime series.
Go Naked Hair. What is it? The Lifetime movie?
Yeah, it's Detective Ebony Williams in the upcoming Lifetime movie, Single Black Female 3, the final chapter.
Yes, that was big for me. I always want to be in a Lifetime movie. I am obsessed with Lifetime, and I am amongst the cast of great women they had 2 other movies. This is the 3rd installment, the last one, and I play a detective. I look totally different in this movie. I even stopped doing Botox for this movie. I did. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing any Botox. I want my whole face to move.
How does I gotta look at the trailer?
It's frozen right now. I hope so.
But in the trailer, no, you look good. But in the trailer, because I know when you start doing Botox,
lines in there.
It's weird.
And I'm proud of every freaking line. I got lines on my forehead. I got a crow's feet. I got all of it because my role is so different from who I am. Like I'm an alcoholic. I'm a bit of a stalker. Like, you know, I ain't gonna say what else I've done in that movie, but I think it's gonna be a good look for me in the acting world because it's totally different from me playing myself and a lot of other things that I've done before.
I got one last question. Will a Nigerian man get another shot, or do you feel like the stereotype is true and all of them are scammers now? So you just done?
Well, I am Nigerian, so of course I would date another one. You know, I would marry another one. I want to love and marry who is going to be honest and love me. I'm not ready to get married. I'm not rushing into none of that. Unless.
I was about to say, you say that damn girl.
Unless.
See, by the end of the season, we'd be like, oh, Porsha got a new ring.
I know.
You would get married again?
I would. I would get married again. Why? Of course. So just because of him, I can't get married again? I can't enjoy the comfort and the security of being... I love being married. I love being called somebody's wife. I love waking up every morning, sitting at your feet, asking you what you need me to do. Like, I just love that. That's in me. I'm a Southern girl. And I think that's probably why Nigerian men and, like, men of wealth like me, because I am very submissive and I'm very loving and I'm very, even though I'm all that I am, boss, I can shift that a bit for my man.
Do they have to have wealth?
You know, I was thinking about that. And I think if I didn't have a daughter, they don't have to have wealth. They do have to have self. So you need to be self-sufficient. You need to have your own business about yourself. And you need to be able to come in here if I get pregnant and provide for our child. But I like this new conversation of, like Dolly Parton, R.I.P. to her husband who just recently died.
Yeah.
But I liked her relationship. Like, they were separated a lot of the time. It's in space physically, but they kept their relationship strong. Like, I don't feel like I have to live with my husband.
Shirley Ralph does that too.
Yeah, Shirley Ralph. And I loved when she told us that. I don't think it has to be traditional. I feel like my next relationship will not be traditional.
So you mean
I wonder what that means in the between time.
It'll be a little bit open.
So, okay.
Oh, you would do an open relationship? Really?
Not with another female.
So you could go and have another man, but he can't have another woman?
I haven't found one who's going to allow that. If you know one, let me know. But no, they don't allow that. They don't allow that. I just mean as far as like your tradition of him having to be in the house.
Got you.
I honestly could be in the house with just my baby and be good, and then we come and visit my husband.
So you need a break sometime.
You have enough houses, though. I mean, you have enough rooms in your house to be able to do that. So why y'all didn't just do it?
Because I also like to be under people.
That's why I'm so confused, because I watching you. I'm like, my man. So I'm sitting here like, girl.
Jesus Christ. Porsha, ladies and gentlemen. Real Housewives of Atlanta comes on this Sunday,
You were
8, 7
everything I thought you
Central
were
on
gonna be.
Bravo and Peacock. And we appreciate you for stopping through.
Yes, capital P.
This is great.
Porsha Williams, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Now let's get to the rooms.
Worldwide Madness. On the Breakfast Club.
She's the culture shit.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
People mad at Kim K for kind of sort of joining the Free Tory movement.
Yeah, indirectly. So,
What happened? So she posted a video and she put a Tory song on there?
Yeah, she
Tory
posted
slaps.
I'm not even gonna hold you. Tory Lanez's music is good, but that's the argument right now. First, so Kim Kardashian posted this video. She's just on the beach in a swimsuit. She put a Tory Lanez song to it. Tory Lanez then reposted to his Instagram. So all of his fans go over to her Instagram. They're flooding her comments with the umbrellas for the raindrops.
Because she bringing these brothers home.
She didn't say that. She didn't lean into it or whatever. So, but it caused a conversation because yesterday Tory Lanez debuted his album art for his new album that he has coming. The album name is Peterson. So this is the photo. In the photo, it is Tory Lanez. He is currently behind bars still. Even with this photo being released, he's currently still behind bars.
You guys zoom out so we can see how small he is.
Well, he trying to look a little big. You know, when you spend a little time behind bars, you be doing like the
star.
Yes. So the photo, it was taken while behind bars. The album itself was created while he's behind bars. It's being engineered, he says, by one of his best engineers. And he says that this is the first time that the world is ever going to hear music at a high level, good music, from someone who's behind bars, talking about the prison experience in real time. And y'all remember we did that story about when they came in, it was a huge fight when he was on the phone, but he was rapping.
Yep.
So it seems like it's going to be a lot more of those type of moments on there as well, too.
You know, with Kim K, it's people got to learn to separate the art from the artist at this point, right? Because if a person had some dope music and they had some dope music before they committed a crime and went to jail, you should still be able to like the music, right?
Yeah.
That shouldn't be a co-sign of the artist.
Yeah.
What did he? Yeah, I haven't stopped listening to anybody who's been convicted. But we know Tory is straight shooter with the music. So.
Wow. What a term. What a term.
I'm
If the music
expecting
slaps, it
this
slaps.
album. Yes, I'm expecting this album to be just as great as his other work.
Jess, so let me tell you about Lauren. Lauren texted me at 5:30 in the morning, right? Envy, can you reach out to Tory's people? I want to know who took the picture in jail. What was it taken on? What type of device?
Jesus.
How many days did it take to take that photo shoot?
How many takes? Like, how many different photos?
Who am I going to ask how many photos in jail?
They would know. They had
How am I going to find that information?
They would have had to, if there were multiple photos sent, they would have had to make it look like, this looks so artsy. They had to art it up. So they would have known how many photos they did that with.
And whoever took the picture was probably a man. And he was like, yeah, you look good, yo. You look good. Flex this way. Flex this muscle. Turn this way.
But it looks like exactly what it is. Like he's in jail. I mean, it ain't too many poses he could have did.
But who am I going to ask? Who am I going to ask?
You got the yard. You got what else they be doing in there? This little TV area, I'm assuming, where he was on the phone. It's a couple places he could have posted.
A couple places.
He gonna be rapping or singing or doing what he do? Both.
I think it's gonna be a little bit of what he do doing. But
bars.
To y'all point about being able to support him and like all of that, Tory Lanez recently sat down for an interview from behind bars. He's doing a lot. He working. And he talked about that. He talked about people not feeling like and actually choosing not to publicly support him. Let's take a listen to this interview.
All those people were scared They were scared to say how they truly felt because they come to me and we have hour-long conversations on how we all feel like, yo, nah, we know you're innocent because of this, screaming and crying and saying, I can't believe they got you like this. But when it comes to public time, it's like nobody's saying what they really feel. I even see people say the opposite of what they feel, the opposite of what they told me because it was benefiting to them at that time. And that's fake to me. And there's a lot of black people, that like have done fake ass to me and say, hey, XYZ, da 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 da. And Aiden Ross, this white boy, he went all against black culture. Like, it's not about a culture thing. This is my brother, and I don't care about what y'all talking about.
I disagree. I think there was a lot of people who was in support of Tory. And there was a lot of people saying that they felt like Tory was innocent.
Not at first.
I don't remember that.
Not at first. There was a lot of people not supporting Tory, not playing his music. They banned him for a while. At first,
I felt like Tory had the internet on his side, like a mother effer.
I think it depends on what side of the coin you're on. Because there were people that were coming for Meg on his side, but there were a lot of people who weren't saying things, and that's, I think, who he's referring to. And you heard him get a little bit emotional.
Yeah.
So it must be people that he thought were close to him before he got locked up.
He rap about it on Daystar Peterson. The album, the whole album from beginning to end is about his feelings toward this whole situation.
Yep, and that was he was on the Full Sin podcast, and what he was referring to when he was mentioning Aiden Ross was because Aiden Ross came on that show and had the Free Tory shirt.
I remember.
On. And and it was, it was a big deal because Aiden Ross does have a huge online following. But yeah, so that'll be coming out. That's supposed to that album Peterson is going to drop Friday. So once we listen, we'll be back because I'm sure there's some things on up in there.
I definitely understand what you mean though when he say, people will tell you one thing in private and then go against you publicly. Man, that happened to me so many times. Like with all my previous controversies or whatever, a person will be like, "Oh, you didn't do nothing wrong. You stood up for us and everything," and then be like, "But I can't support you, publicly, because then it's gonna mess up."
How do you respond to that?
Because I'm working with them. So
what do you say in response to that?
Block that person. You clowned out. You're a clown for life.
But I feel like
they identify as a clown, or they're actually a clown.
Whatever they identify, I call them. I call them how I see them. Yeah,
but I think that happens a lot to everybody, right? Because we seen it with Jay when Jay was just going through his stuff. We see it all the time with celebrities, and people want to get out the way. They don't want none of that, nothing on them. They just want to be comfortable and clean, and we see it all the time.
I know Tory ended up in jail, but the court of public opinion seemed like they was way more against Meg than they was against Tory.
I feel like they gave Meg hell first.
The Tory did go to jail, but the court of public opinion, he won in the court of public opinion.
Yeah,
for sure. I think there are people right now still arguing that, and that's why when she did that move to have certain things restrained again, remember she asked for the order while he was still locked up. People came out again and were like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you doing this? That man's locked up." And I was like, "Whoa!" Like she's over here. She's saying she's a victim, but yeah.
I just want to tell you that the source that you wanted me to reach out to said he'll get all the info. He just woke up. He said,
"Good morning."
He said it was. He says, I just hit him trying to see who took it and when it got edited. But yeah, they will have vinyl and CDs for this album, so it'll be actual physical.
I thought it was illegal to do that. I thought you couldn't do music from behind in jail.
Well, I've also asked some questions about any clearances he had to get because remember he got raided as well too. So we'll have more on that because I to your point there are some things.
And the whole little situation about
my question,
the restraining order.
There's a method to my madness, y'all. We will answer those questions for you guys shortly right here on the Breakfast Club.
Okay. If I was a lawyer, I would hate to see Lauren coming. Good morning. Oh my God, go back to sleep.
Yo, she hits at 5 in the morning. No, 4:30 this morning.
But that's because last night I fell asleep watching the State of the Union. I would have called you last night, but I was trying to figure out Trump. He had me in a daze a little bit.
I'm like, you want me to reach out to somebody that early? Like, that's disrespectful.
Just say good morning. They know you start work early.
All right. Well, that is the rumors. Thank you. All right. Now, Charlamagne, who you giving that donkey to?
I need the Democrats to come to the front of the congregation. We like to have a word with them. All of them. As a party, staff, and mother effing crew. Come on.
Even the ones holding up the sign?
Definitely the pickleball paddle polishers. We need to talk to
Even the ladies in the pink?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
See? Dang, you know that the word pink as a resistance thing as well, too, some of the Democrats. But go ahead.
I didn't even know.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club. This is a miracle.
There is no question that there are problems in this country between police and community.
Yes, you are a donkey.
the latest on that police killing of a black man.
Now to new developments in the deadly spa shooting rampage.
And yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
And so we are in a state of emergency.
Okay, white supremacist violence is and always has been the number one threat to our society.
But I'm also very proud that my wife is white.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
All right, Charlamagne, please tell me, why was I your donkey of the day?
Donkey of the day for Wednesday, March 5th goes to the Democrats. All of them. As a party staff and mother effing crew. For the way they left Congressman Al Green out there on an island unto himself. First of all, salute to Congressman Al Green. Drop one of clues bombs for Congressman Al Green. You got some nuts, OG. Okay, if you didn't watch the State of the Union last night, then you missed 77-year-old Congressman Al Green stand up and disrupt President Donald Trump's speech. Now, as I was watching the State of the Union, the only thing I kept thinking was, I really don't know what Democrats do, okay? Trump is a force of nature. All right, you can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And that energy has been projected on the whole Republican Party. And regardless of how you feel about their policies, regardless of how we know, okay, their policies are going to ruin the American economy, guaranteed, they just come off strong. Democrats come off as weak. Okay. And Democrats are never able to properly articulate the threat they say Republicans are. Okay. They go to the extremes. Right. We've heard all the greatest hits: threat to democracy, fascist, constitutional crisis. And even if these things are true, Democrats never quite act like it. And last night was more of the same. Okay, that's why once again I want to salute Congressman Al Green for standing up and attempting to call a thing. Okay, if Trump is as bad as Democrats say he is, then somebody in the Democratic Party has to act like it. Okay, somebody has to throw a middle finger to tradition. Somebody has to throw a middle finger to the norms and do something different. You got to try something different. Okay, Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. Well, that is an old play from an old playbook. In 2025, when they go low, you got to take it to the floor with them. Okay, you got to scrub the mother effing ground. And Congressman Al Green took a page out of the Republican playbook. He did what Republican Congressman from South Carolina, Joe Wilson, did when he yelled, "You lied" at Obama. Let's listen.
The reforms I'm proposing would not apply to those who are here illegally. It's not true.
Feels so light now in retrospect, right? And let's not forget Marjorie Taylor Greene disrupting President Biden at his State of the Union speech.
It's not about him. It's not about me. I'd be a winner. Not really. Lincoln Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal.
Biden spun that well. So listen, I know right-wing media is going to spin it like Congressman Al Green and Democrats were being petty. Well, they learned from the best. Okay? Would you like to hear how Congressman Al Green got down last night? Well, let's go to Sky News Australia for the report, please.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat.
Democrat Representative Al Green was dramatically kicked out of the chamber after disrupting Donald Trump's joint address to Congress tonight.
Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Green showed no remorse for his disruption, saying it was worth being kicked out to make his point.
It is the best way to get it across to a person who uses his incivility, against our civility. I'm willing to suffer whatever punishment is available to me. I didn't say to anyone, don't punish me. I've said I'll accept the punishment, but it's worth it to let people know that there are some of us who are going to stand up against this president's desire to cut Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security.
What were you saying?
And I'm also working on my articles of impeachment. This president is unfit. He should not hold the office. 34 felony convictions, 2 times impeached.
Drop on the clues bombs for Al Green. I have no problem with what the OG did there, but here's my issue. Old men for counsel, young men for war. Where was the young warriors? Okay, even if you didn't want to set it off like Congressman Al Green did, you gotta stand with him when he does. Okay, you gotta walk out with him in protest when they kicked him out. Al Green is 77. He out there with a cane, okay, looking like the old man in New Jack City. Rest in peace to Bill Cobbs. Remember when the old man was telling Nino Brown he going to hell? That's how Congressman Al Green looked. But where was the rest of the Democrats? Huh? Y'all left Captain America to fight the Black Order by himself. Imagine if those portals opened up in Avengers Endgame, but instead of coming out to fight, the rest of the Avengers just sat there and watched Captain America get embarrassed. That's what Democrats did to Congressman Al Green last night, and it made an already weak party look weaker. Okay, House Speaker Mike Johnson called for the House Sergeant at Arms to remove Al Green from the chamber. Democrats, y'all should have walked out with him. I mean, look, I don't know what else it is for Dems to do. They are just a lost party. No real fight whatsoever. It's like Republicans and Democrats aren't even playing the same game. They're not in the same league. They're not shooting at the same basket. They aren't even speaking the same language. And I don't know what Democrats do to cut through, because when they have moments to make a statement, like last night, they fumble. Now, I know all the older Democrats, okay, the Congressman Clyburns of the world and Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, the ones that go along to get along, like Hakeem Jeffries. I know they're going to follow protocol and show up to the State of the Union. But the younger ones, you all honestly shouldn't have shown up if you weren't going to be more disruptive. Okay, poor Al Green, he dropped his nuts. Okay, maybe he thought if I set it off, folks will follow suit. But no, y'all out there holding up signs like it's a silent auction. Okay? Matter of fact, they weren't even signs. They were pickleball paddles. Okay? Democrats were out there looking like a bunch of pickleball paddle polishers. Okay? They really were looking like they wanted to challenge Trump and the Republican Party to a friendly game of pickleball. When diplomacy fails, perhaps a friendly pickleball match on the House floor can settle the score. No! Look, man, we're in strange times. Okay? Because Trump can stand up there and tell a lot of lies, but nobody cares. Because if you're a Democrat, you think Republicans are always lying. If you're a Republican, you think Democrats are always lying. So nobody is listening objectively. Okay, but at this point, it's not about policy, sadly. It's about optics. And I don't know how Democrats can change the optics without a massive overhaul of the whole party. Okay, America, we are just going to have to let things play out. But when the inevitable fumble from Republicans come, and it will, because the economy is only going to get worse. Guaranteed, okay? People will not be able to afford their basic needs. Guaranteed. It's been 11 recessions in this country since World War II. Okay, 10 have been under Republican presidents. We more than likely will be headed towards another one. So Republicans are going to fumble. I just believe that when they do, Democrats don't have the team to recover the ball. Because Congressman Al Green had the ball last night, and you damn sure didn't have the team to block for him. Please give the Democratic Party the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
Salute to Congressman Al Green once again, man.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you use Australia news team?
I have no idea. Ask our producers.
No, I'm just curious why you used the Australian news team to talk about American stuff. I thought that was weird.
I have no idea.
There's so many people covering that.
Why did you do that, Eddie?
They didn't.
Australia couldn't believe it either. They was like, hold on, we got to report this.
I mean, I don't care either way. I thought it was a good report.
I'm just curious why the Australian.
Our producers texting me now to tell me why he used.
We don't do good news reports in America. We
not really.
Trump would be mad.
That is
he
true.
said keep it American.
That is true.
And you were just gonna go and use it in Australia when we got all these newscasts, channel 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11.
Podcast some shine right now.
Eddie said because they had the best report.
Oh.
That's what he said.
Okay.
Salute to Sky News.
Well, they're going to put a tariff on them. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when we come back, Dr. Pastor Jamal Bryant will be joining us.
That's right.
He wants to do a 40-day Lent fast of Target. And we'll talk to him when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Everybody, it's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is here. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
We have Pastor Jamal Bryant. Welcome, brother.
Thank you, sir. Good to be with y'all.
How you feeling this morning?
Feel great.
Let's talk about the 40-day fast of Target.
Yes.
And this is something that you're trying to put into play, and why? I'm not trying. You are putting it into play, but why?
So people are asking, why did we pick Target when Walmart out of order, McDonald's is out of order, John Deere's out of order, Bank of America's out of order,
Amazon is
out of order. Is we wanted to go, the African proverb says, if you want to eat an elephant, do one piece at a time. So we picked Target first for several reasons. Number one, Target is headquartered in the same city George Floyd was killed. When George Floyd was killed, Target came out, made an announcement that they're going to invest $2 billion in the black business. $2 billion, drum roll, and it starts December of 2025. When Trump made the announcement January of 2025, they dishonored that commitment. So we wanted to hold them accountable because when they made the pledge, it had nothing to do with DEI. Secondly, I am embarrassed, Breakfast Club, to say to you, Negroes spend $12 million a day in Target. And I don't know any black business that amasses that much money in any singular day.
Is it $12 million a day?
A day. Number 3, Target is on 27 college campuses and not one HBCU. Number 4, outside of the federal government, Target is the largest employer of black people. There are 400,000 black people on payroll and don't honor us. So if we're giving that kind of money, that much human capital, and to not honor us, I think is dismally disrespected. And because they're publicly traded, we wanted to see what will happen in those 40 days that shows the data. This is the impact when black people walk away, and to share it with those sharecrops. So it will not just be 40 days, but every movement has to have a benchmark. It's got to have a strategy, and you got to have some data.
Why are you calling it a fast and not a boycott?
Yeah, I called it a fast because this was a call to the black church to become active. Something happened silently that scholars and historians are going to have to pay attention to. The rise of Black Lives Matter, Charlamagne, was the very first movement of civil rights for black people that was not birthed out of the church. The very first civil rights movement that happened that didn't have a religious leader at the front. And so the black church is going backwards. This is the largest demographic of black people since we've been in America who don't go to church at all, who don't subscribe to organized religion. We're at 28%. The largest amount of black people who self-identify as atheists, who say they don't believe in God, don't believe in nothing. So this was a call specifically for black Christians to show the younger generation our head is not in the sand. We're a part of it, but we're aligning it with prayer. That those 40 days is a high holy season for the Christian community. We're praying because this is a spiritual warfare that we're under with J.D. Vance and Donald Trump. With all of the things that are happening with these executive orders, marching is good, protesting is necessary, petitions are important. But if we don't bring a spiritual grounding to it, I think that we're going to miss it. During the Montgomery bus boycott, that last 381 days, what nobody talks about is for 381 days, every night they went back to the church for prayer. So I think that in the movement, you've got to have a faith entity intertwined in it in order for you to move forward.
What do you say to some of the people that have black products in Target that they say that, you know, because of this boycott, if a boycott happens and people are stopping to go to Target, that is going to affect their products even more? I know we had the co-founders of Rucker Roots on the Breakfast Club. We had the founder of the Lip Bar. And they were saying that if people don't come into the store, which Target is their hugest manufacturer, their hugest buyer. So what happens to those products?
Number one, the Lip Bar and all of those entities understand a new thing out called drop ship. You don't have to go in a physical store to help them. Because of that, in foresight, we partner with the U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce. So every person that goes to targetfast.org, within an hour, I send you a digital directory of 300,000 black businesses across the country. So we don't want those businesses to be adversely impacted. We want people to support them, but do it online. I can support the Lip Bar and not go into Target to do it. I can go online to do it. And so I think that as innovative and creative people as black people are, let's do it online. We do everything else online. So let's support them. And the 1,000 black vendors who are placed in Target, we're going to prominently place on the website so that you'll be able to find them quickly without any pause.
Two things to what you're saying. So the first thing, when they were up here, they talked about the inventory and just how much money they have to put ahead to be in these stores that comes out of their own pocket that they will lose out on if people do not if they're not supporting these like companies or whatever. So even if you're buying it from their website, because they're already in contract for this amount of inventory allotted to Target, they lose out. They don't profit on that now.
Yeah, well, that money has already been spent. A movement comes with inconvenience. It came that same argument happened in the Montgomery bus boycott. The question was asked, what do we do for the bus mechanics who were all black? So what they did is they pulled all of those bus mechanics out of Montgomery and set up garages at the churches. What nobody is talking about is 4 mechanic shops came out of it. So I understand that it's an inconvenience. I know we got to go a different route, but I would then say, let's up the ante. As a business principle, let's buy more to cover what is that loss. Companies take losses all the time, but a group of misguided preachers went into Target in Detroit and said, let's just buy black inventory and come out. You're still supporting Target. So I think that we've got to come a way, even if we got to raise the price in order to make the balance, let's do it. One of the things that black people do wrong, whenever it is we're supporting black business, we always want a discount. Let's pay full price and support them. Let's not just do it with lip service, but let's do it through the investment.
We have more with Pastor Jamal Bryant when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa is here with us this morning, and we're still kicking it with Pastor Jamal Bryant. Lauren.
The women from Rucker Roots, Ione Jameson and Ellen Sellers talked about how even in Walmart's, majority of their clientele that they make a large amount of their money off of on those products, they don't have the access to the .com. So being able to walk in, like it's just different in some of the lower rural areas. So being able to walk into a Walmart or a Target helps them as far as inventory and creates access for those people. What about that?
But yeah, I think that we've got to ask ourselves, what is the principle? And is the principle more important than the profit? You've got a whole lot of churches who have space that is underutilized and underused. The fact that in 2025, we don't have a minority-owned retail space to direct people on says that we got to reevaluate how we do business. So going into Target to buy whatever this product is, to say, hey, forget that they don't honor us. Forget that they've disrespected the George Floyd family. Forget that they are only allowing black people on entry-level positions. Let's do it for lipstick. I think that we're losing the larger conversation. I want to see the sisters win. I want to see them do overwhelmingly well. But I think that we got to get into a room and figure out, how do we make it more accessible for those in rural areas? I don't think that the answer is to keep shooting ourselves in the foot and then ask for a cast.
Well, will we ever get there, Pastor? Like, you know, we want to get there, right?
Yeah.
Will we ever own our own Target / Walmart? Will we ever own our own car manufacturer? Yeah. Will we ever own our own so we can rely on it? It just seems like we're far stretched from that.
Yeah, so one of the things that we're asking for Target to do, and for all of the demands that we're asking of Target, please go to targetfast.org. I'm asking Target to partner with 10 HBCUs to show our businesses how to scale up and to go into the retail space. Reverend Sharpton is one of my mentors, but in the history of black people, we have never marched black people into a white business to say, spend money here. So we got to figure out how it is that we really reroute and redirect so that we can create an ecosystem for us to be able to do it. I think that is possible, but there's a plan that has to be afoot in order to make it done.
I saw you say that Target has been trying to reach out to you.
Yes.
But you, I'm not talking to no diversity officer.
You may not have a job next week.
Yeah.
You reached out during Black History Month. I don't know if you're going to make it to St. Patrick's Day. So I need somebody who got some job security and got some influence to make a decision. I think this generation don't want symbolic wins. They want substantive strides. Right. And if you're just doing that to say we met, we talked, all the street credibility is gone. Right. I need somebody who can make a decision. And you got to ask, Envy, what's in the mind of a CEO that can lose $12 million a day and say, I'm not me?
So the person that reached out to you felt had no influence.
Yeah, not enough influence.
Got you.
Yeah, so you're going to send the black people out to talk to the black
guy, go talk to the black guy. We'll see what your people
settle
mad about.
Them down.
Got you.
Yeah, no. I need to talk to the CEO, or I need to talk to somebody who was on that board of Target who can really help me understand where you are. And if you all are being punked by J.D. Vance and Trump, tell me that. And let's figure out how we can walk alongside each other.
But we know that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. But
exactly
tell me that. Yeah.
When you so I know that in talking about meeting, eventually y'all want to have a conversation, or there is something scheduled, right? You guys will be meeting June 12th in Minneapolis.
That's when their stockholders meeting is.
Oh, their shareholders meeting.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So we are planning on going there. I'm hoping that we have resolved by then.
That's what I was getting to.
Yes, we can't wait till June. But June 12th, and there now is an underground murmur that they don't even want to do an in-person shareholders meeting. They want to do it by Zoom.
Because they don't want you guys to show up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes. But that's why it's important for you to have the data to show how this has been impacted, how much money you've lost in the stock, and what is at stake. So we wanted to take all of that to the shareholders meeting June 12th.
My last question for you, where are you at now numbers-wise? Because I know you were looking to get 100,000 people by this Wednesday the 5th when it starts, and you were at
We are at
110,000
people
Got you.
have come, and we did it before we ever got to the Breakfast Club.
Mhm.
So now, y'all, we got to get to 150. We got to get to 150 because numbers is power. It was important for me to have tangible evidence of how many people are standing behind us. That is not just a post. It's not just likes and shares, but 100,000 people. I can press a button and send an email to say, hey, we outside in Target. Hey, we in Cincinnati. So that the people at Target know that we mean business, that is not just symbolism, but there's substance behind it.
Well, how can people get behind you?
Go to targetfast.org. It's just one word. There you'll see what is our list of demands. When it is that you sign up for Target Fast, I'm going to send you a digital directory to those 300,000 businesses. And even for those of you who don't go to church or watch online, I'm going to send you a daily prayer devotional so that you can stay focused, no pun intended, so you can stay on target for what it is that we're trying to get done.
All right. Well, we appreciate you for joining us this morning.
Again,
Again,
thank y'all.
that's targetfast.org. And thank you so much, brother.
Man, thank you. And when y'all come to Atlanta, I'm coming through.
Okay.
I ain't even got a ticket. I'm coming.
Oh, you know Charlamagne soon.
Well, yeah, he came. Pastor Jamal has popped up to my Black Effect Podcast Festival.
Yeah. I'm coming this year.
I want to come to New Birth, man.
You gotta
I want to
come.
come one Sunday and check it out.
Yeah, you gotta come.
Absolutely.
His room at the Cross. Hey, let me say this to you. I'm from Baltimore. Do you know the first place I ever had crabs?
Charleston, South Carolina.
Monk's Corner.
Monk's Corner. Okay.
Monk's Corner, AME Church, right
Pastor
there.
Jameson?
James Blake. This is back in the 80s.
All right, okay.
It was the first place I ever had crab. My family's from Georgetown, South Carolina.
Okay.
So we used to come down there every summer. But Baltimore,
That was the first time you had crabs and you from Baltimore?
I know
Was they
it.
better than Baltimore? They
No,
cook them
never,
with the beer?
never. Let's not go too far.
I
was just doing trauma bonding with Charlamagne. No, Baltimore's the home of crab.
Why crab ain't no trauma?
It's trauma that I had to do it in South Carolina before I
Man,
had
South
it in
Carolina is
Baltimore.
amazing for
It's
seafood.
great. It's
Yes,
amazing. It's great. Just not as good as Baltimore, but it's good. Thank y'all.
Pastor Jamal Bryant, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Thank you.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the rumors. Mike's on, guys.
Worldwide message. On the Breakfast Club.
She's the culture shoot.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
So one of my favorite comedians, Damon Wayans, I love the whole family. He sat down with Big Boy, and
Yes.
he had said something very interesting.
So he talked about not getting back on stage doing stand-up. He doesn't plan to do that anytime soon. Let's take a listen.
Do you see Damon Wayans getting back on stage?
No, not
because
now.
man, you are a master comedian, bro.
I appreciate it, and when I was doing it, I loved it. It's just the audience is too dumb right now. My stand-up ain't fodder for someone to pick apart. It's like, here's the joke. You don't like it, don't laugh. Keep it moving. Now they think they have some say,
and everybody's super offended.
Right. Well, they're being programmed to be offended because they're really not. Like when I was doing stand up and I was in the clubs, people were laughing.
Right.
It's just now it's different. You have to have a conversation, because if you go on stage and go, man, I hate. As soon as you say hate, everybody's their hairs bristle up and they're ready to boo. Right. But if you go, man, I don't understand. Gotcha. It's a conversation.
He's right.
Yep.
I just thought it was so crazy because, I mean, I think with him being like, he's doing the show with his son and he's moving around so much right now, to see them on stage, I would be that's gonna sell out anywhere. People
Why?
gonna
Just so
wanna
y'all
see
can
it.
go there and be offended, like he said, man. F you and your think pieces with no thought.
I wouldn't be offended.
Like Dave Chappelle tries to break that mold all the time, but people always say they offended and they always have a problem with him. But like he said, you're
good, right,
comedians. They
Jess?
should be
You're
able
a
to look
comedian.
into.
Yeah, but my shows, they crazy. Like I don't bleep nothing out. I don't act like basically, if you buy a ticket and you are that type of person, you will be offended at my shows.
And
you know
so
what I mean?
what?
Because there's certain things that you can't talk about online that you can talk about on stage. I'm from Baltimore. I've been the same raw comic that I've been. You know, it's just that I learned very quickly that the stage, the same thing that translate into laughs on the stage is not. It don't play well online. You know,
Have people been
and then
offended at your show though?
Yeah. But they don't laugh, and they laugh at the next joke. They keep it moving, just like he said. But now it's different. It is different. But I don't think that no Waynes could ever live up to their full capacity that they did when they first came out these days.
I see some big backs get offended at your show, but I think that's only because I was there.
Yeah. Around that whole time, with that whole recent thing, he diagnosed them with
Because
big
Jess had
backs.
a joke about it.
Was they out there protesting? They say it was getting the steps in.
Yeah, they wasn't at my show protesting, but Charlamagne just sitting in the audience triggered a bunch of big people who was there because and I went on. I told her how it was. He was the one that I pointed him out and everything. I didn't call y'all big backs. Y'all buy my tickets all the time. Y'all are good people.
And then that club had a 2-wing basket minimum, so it was crazy in there that night.
It's normally 2 drinks.
Well, not for that night. Because the abundance of big backs that was in the building.
Yeah, but he had New Jersey big people pissed off though. But,
but super serve your audience. That's all. If people don't like it, don't listen. But if people that do like it, feed those folks. That's all.
Like he said, the audience too dumb. He damn right. Too dumb. And then the new trend is being offended and sensitive about something. So it's like, nah, he could never get back on stage because he's not the type of comic that you can water down.
Right.
He's not the type of comic that's going to change.
And that's what I would be excited about, but I do get the other side of it. But he did talk about like just where comedy is today and the time that he chose to exit. Let's take a listen to that too.
Do you feel like you got in and so-called out at the right time?
Oh, it's the best time. When I was coming up, there was Arsenio Hall, Robert Townsend, my brother Keenan, Eddie Murphy, John Witherspoon, Paul Mooney.
Those are heavy hitters.
And everybody was different. Everybody had a different voice and a different take, even on the same joke. Now I watch comedy and it's the same take on the same joke. There are some people out there that are funny, genuinely funny, but for the most part, I'm not impressed. It doesn't make me want to get up there.
Because it's safe. A lot of comics playing it safe, and comedy ain't supposed to be safe. It's supposed to be limitless.
You see the same thing? You see the same thing? People sounding the same?
Yeah, absolutely. Talking about the same thing, the same topics over and over. People scared to really dive into like the breakdown of jokes because they scared of hurting somebody's feelings. They scared of being recorded because somebody material end up online. That's grounds for you to be canceled and criticized and everything too. Even Marlon, like his little brother, Marlon Wayans, like he did his. I don't think Marlon gonna never stop doing comedy, but people saw his special and tried to murder him because he has a child that's trans. You know what I mean? And he jokes about it. And his daughter, I don't know what the sex is now, but if you Marlon Wayne's son or daughter, you already know what's up. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and the jokes probably fly in her house. And we talked about that up here.
Yes, he did. But people like try to cancel him, and what is that the suit? It's a lawsuit where somebody feel offended. They can suit. Something.
I don't know what that is.
Something about
the First Amendment.
Yeah, people were trying to. I don't know. You the one that know all of that. But people were trying to write Netflix for they wanted to get his special off of there. Because he was offending other trans people talking about his own child.
The last time David Williams probably got canceled was up here on the Breakfast Club.
We had a conversation about that.
And we probably the reason why he don't want to do it no more.
We don't got
nothing to do with stand-up. But
what did he say?
Nope.
I chose not to include that audio.
Don't do that. Why you want to rehash that? See, that you part of the problem.
I chose not to include it. You brought it up. I chose not to include it.
But I'm not telling people what he got canceled for. Is what I'm saying.
I wasn't going to tell them.
I
was letting her know I chose not to include it so that we wouldn't have to talk about it.
I wouldn't let you play that. I wouldn't let you do that.
Now everybody gonna go back. I can't wait to go on YouTube to look at this.
He brought it up.
Crazy.
Nope. It's gone.
It
doesn't exist.
What happened with Travis Scott?
Real quick.
We got some time.
Yeah, so the Travis Scott was at the WWE.
He put some paws on somebody. What happened?
Yeah, what was it? It was called The Chamber. Where's my... hold on. Okay, so Travis Scott, WWE star Cody Rhodes, Travis Scott, The Rock, and John Cena were all in the ring with him. That happened over the weekend. That happened Saturday. Tons of people there. Drake, I think. There was tons of celebrity there, but basically there was a video that went viral from their little skit that they did, because you have John Cena holding Cody Rhodes down. He's getting with him. Then you got The Rock slapping him with this like custom belt that Travis Scott made, and then Travis Scott holds Cody Rhodes, and slaps him. But the way he slaps him, even I feel like John Cena and The Rock kind of paused a little bit. It was
this fake. Like, what you doing?
He brought the YN energy.
Wow.
It was kind of crazy, but I couldn't tell if Cody Rhodes was actually hurt or not, because again, you know that they're
wrestling.
Man, what are we?
What there are reports.
Wrestling.
Listen to this. Now there are reports, and he's supposed to address this on Friday, that he suffered a black eye and a busted eardrum as a result of the slap. Like, it went too far.
It happens sometimes.
Because the only person who ain't a real wrestler is Travis.
Yeah,
he didn't know.
Yeah,
but aren't they supposed
know.
to train them or something like prior to that?
He probably didn't expect the Travis to slap him like that.
I mean, he didn't have it. He was pinned down. Rose didn't have a choice. But I feel like in that moment, even with me, I don't watch WWE, but I was like, I think that was a little bit too far.
That's not what happened in rehearsal.
Y'all didn't feel like that when y'all watched the video?
This is a prime example of what we're talking about. I'm going to tell you
What you
why.
mean?
Because if you always it's always the people who don't tune into something on the regular who come in and then all of a sudden get offended. So if you always been watching Damon Wayans, you're like, oh, he's funny as hell. But then here come a stranger that ain't never watched, and that one joke will offend. Same thing with this wrestling thing, right? If you watch wrestling all the time, you're used to this type of stuff.
Normal.
But she's just, I don't watch wrestling. But now she watched wrestling one time.
She was like, I was offended.
It went too far.
Not offended.
I think it was too much.
Just like, yo, like that was crazy. You didn't feel like that when you watched it?
No.
Ray, did you feel like that when you watched it?
I've seen people hit with folding chairs in wrestling and all types of things.
Cactus Jack Manson.
No, but it's done in a certain style. Like, they bounce back up.
All
Like,
right,
it's
guys.
different.
All right. Well, that is the rumors. All right.
You'll
Thank
pass
you,
out if
Lauren.
you see the Hell in the Cell with who Cactus Jack fought that time when he fell
Let
through
me
the
see.
cage. I can't remember.
I've seen the
All
little
right.
cage stuff and all that too.
Well, let's get to the mix. The
Maybe
People's
'cause he
Choice
was
Mix.
bloody.
Get your request in now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Hey everybody, it's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. And welcome back, Jess.
What's up, man?
You know, Jess was in Mexico, and it's always interesting. How did the Mexicans treat you treat an American now?
They treated me great, to be honest. You know what I mean? But I was having a conversation with a lot of them are hurt about what's happening. They don't like that Gulf of America being changed. You know, they don't like that. They feel like the whole deportation thing. They don't like that, but they wait till we get crazy ass drunk and then want to hit me with that. Like, they ain't even ask Chris. Like, they asked me.
And Chris the Mexican.
Yeah, he half Mexican though. Like, he still got a black side. Y'all can ask him that too. Like, and he's sitting over there with them like, yeah, babe, that's crazy. I told them that's crazy. Like, we was taking shots, right? And so we cool, whatever. Some of them might sneak and take shots. They ain't really supposed to be drinking like that, but they taking shots. And he's like, man, everything is changing. The Gulf of America is I mean, the Gulf of Mexico is not the Gulf of America. I mean, it's not the Gulf of Mexico anymore. And then they asked that I vote for Trump, and I'm like, man, your people's voted for him. It's a lot of Mexicans that voted for that nigga too. Don't be over here talking to me about this.
We saw your recap. Can we play Jess's recap?
They saw it too.
please?
That's why I ain't going back over there now. I'm so happy you chose Mexico for a vacation. It's just too bad now that Gulf of Mexico is the Gulf of America now. Everything changing. It makes us really sad, you know? Your president, Donald Trump, sent all of my friends and all of my cousins home. They go there to make a better life, and now they're back here stuck. Maybe you vote for him. Buenas noches, guys. I always wanted to go to America to see the Statue of Liberty. Be strong. Yes, I'm very strong. I mean, I don't know. Or maybe I want to go to the Super Bowl to see they're not like us. And now it's changed to Gulf of America. No, it's not. No, it's not. And you know that. And what if one day you can't come here to vacation? Tequila, let's just have a shot. I ain't gonna lie, yo, that scared me for them to be like, yo, what if one day you can't come over here to turn up? What if we stop accepting y'all in our country? What if we start treating y'all the way y'all treat us?
That's probably gonna happen.
And I'm like, yeah, he started scaring me. I'm glad we went home the next day, because I'm like, damn, you know, I get it, but it's like, yo, a lot of your people voted for this man too. Like, a lot of them. Matter of fact, some of them that he sent home voted for him, probably so. Well, no, because you can't vote if you
Right, you got to be legal resident.
Right? But I mean, I don't have nothing to do with that.
You just want to eat your tequila.
I just wanted to turn
drink your tequila
up,
and eat your taco.
What I mean?
Yes.
Like, he was serious, yo, but he did say the one dude, and that was obviously me doing the voiceover, but that came from a real conversation. The guy was like, yo, I always wanted to go see the Statue of Liberty. He said that. And he was like, and the Super Bowl, Kendrick was at the Super Bowl, and we wanted to see the Not Like Us, and and I was like, if y'all got TV, you know, y'all can just watch it. I don't know what you want me to say.
Jesus.
Damn.
Well, we're glad you're back. We're glad you made it back.
I'm glad. I'm thinking about not going back now, yo. That little nigga scared shit out of me.
Does Chris speak Spanish?
No, not
so you
at
know
all.
what they were saying.
So I'm sitting over there mad. I'm like, yo, use your Mexican superpowers. How you want to be Mexican in America, but when we get over here, you African American? Like, you don't just pick your side like that. You both at all times. Like, that was pissing me off. He left me out there hanging. He wanted to be with his cousins.
Stupid. All right. When we come back, positive note is the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Hey, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, you got a positive note?
I do, but I want to tell people, first of all, man, make sure you go get your tickets for the 3rd annual Black Effect Podcast Festival happening Saturday, April 26th at Pullman Yards in Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, it is year 3 of an unforgettable day of live podcasts, inspiring conversations, and cultural celebration. Podcast culture celebration, okay? It's hosted by Mandy and Weezy of Decisions. We got the Trap Nerds podcast there for the gamers. Good Moms, Bad Choices is going to be there. Carrie Champion's going to be there with her Naked Sports podcast. Tank and Jay Valentine will be there doing the R&B Money podcast live. And Sarah Jakes Roberts will be there doing the Woman Evolve podcast live. So go get your tickets right now at blackeffect.com/podcast festival. Okay. Saturday, April 26th, 3rd annual Black Effect Podcast Festival, Atlanta. Can't wait to see you there.
And don't forget, y'all, your girl Jess Hilarious will be in Atlanta next week. I'm not doing shows on the weekend. I'm going to be there during the week. Next Wednesday and Thursday, that's March 12th and 13th, I will be at Atlanta Comedy Theater for the pop-up shows. I got 4 of them. We got 2 on the 12th. That's on Wednesday. And then we got 2 on Thursday. I'll be broadcasting from Atlanta, so y'all still gonna hear me on the radio in the morning. Come see me at night. Get your tickets at JessHilariousOfficial.com or ShowClicks.com. I'll see you next week, Atlanta.
And the positive note is simply this: stop reacting to everything. Okay, becoming less reactive is a huge part of growth and a huge part of decreasing your stress. Okay, if you let everything get you worked up, you're damaging your mind, body, and spirit. So stop reacting to everything. Have a blessed day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?